Well, welcome to Dragon Talks. It's beautiful to see so many lovely faces on here. And today we've got Jason Donaldson and Fiona Robertson, who are our amazing speakers. And I'm quite excited to listen to what they have to share. As always, I'm sure the dragons will come in and assist them. And so it's all just be sitting here with an open heart. Sometimes it's good to turn off the mind and we start judging things. Just be here with an open heart, be in your heart chakra, and just receive what they're saying. And if it's not true for you, it's not true for you. Just let it go. And if it does, you know, fit somewhere in your soul, then take it and follow these beautiful people afterwards, because it's about them. This is what this is about. This is about sharing the dragons and getting lots of people's views on the dragons, because if it's just one idea, I think it can be a bit boring. I love the fact everyone's working with dragons in almost the same sort of way, but it's lots of different avenues, which is gorgeous. So, Jason, wow, I'm going to read something about it. It says he's got an extremely varied background. I started reading all the beautiful modalities. And so he's got ascension mechanics, quantum physics, galactic shamanism, which sounds amazing, nutrition, tai chi, qigong, tarot, shadow work, energy signature reading, teeth in, implant removal, meditation, breath work, soul retrieval, and so many more. So Jason's obviously a very talented man, and he's here today to talk to us about his topic is we are not reptiles, we have heart. And obviously he's going to share much more than just that. I'm sure the dragons channel through him. So Jason, I hand over to you and truly welcome.
Thank you so much, and welcome everyone. Thank you for being here. And I can feel the energy of this group even leading up to this, to the point I said yes. It was just like, whoa, it's that, that dragon energy. So I appreciate you gathering and being willing to listen and hear my perspective. And that's all it is. I don't speak for the dragons. I don't speak for anyone other than my own experience. And I love what Kevin said about, just taking what resonates, throw away the rest. And the heart is so important. And that's a lot of what the topic would be about today. Because really, I'm really intelligent, but that doesn't really help down here. In fact, that made my life hell. And that's why I studied everything I could to try to fix myself until I finally realized that we are all healed and whole and complete. From spirit, everything is fine. And then we have to navigate this reality down here. But at any point, it's the opportunity to come within and connect to the heart. And the more we do that, the easier the external is to navigate. And I guess what's coming up in this moment to share is even right now I feel it in my heart, like the racing heart, the energy and some like anxiety I could call it, but it's like inviting me to come into my heart and feel that space and to come here now rather than up here and try to figure out why I feel kind of nervous or shaky. And honestly, it's a lot of energy and that's great. And so that's what I got the message from the dragons is that when they came to me in a quantum hypnosis session, which I wasn't even expecting. And first there was it was very like galactic, and I was shown like cats. So there's this connection with cats and like lions and dragons. And I was shown like space cats, like cats floating around out in space. And then also the dragons were showing up and like very huge cosmic beings, like really, I don't know, I don't want to swear too much, but like huge, like powerful beings. And it was like, oh my God, what is that energy? And especially this, the galactic aspect of the dragon is super powerful. And the message that came through, they were kind of intense too. Like a lot of us dragon people are intense and not everyone understands us because of that. And they may interpret it as a negative thing or that we're dark or something, but it's really just this this energy and this power. And as they came in, they kept saying like, we have heart, we have heart, we have heart, we have. I'm like, okay, you have heart, I get it. But they were trying to convey to me that, especially for me as the being I am, and the journey I'm on in this lifetime in particular is one of the heart versus being a warrior, being a soldier, being a bandit, and all these lifetimes where I wielded power in not the best ways. Even in ancient Egypt, there was a time when I was a priest and I was helping heal people, but it was in the period of forgetting. And in the forgetting, we all kind of descended into this identification with the ego and the mind, and the separation in a sense to experience what we're coming out of now. And now we're coming into the unity. But I kind of let that power go to my head, and I would waste it just shooting it out into the air like, oh, I'm so powerful and amazing. I started believing the power was mine. And so that's what the heart does is with all that power, with all that ability, the heart is so crucial to like measure all variables, to know how to direct it, how to be centered and balanced and in harmony with it. Whereas the ego and the intellect is always going to be judging and analyzing, and it can never really pull all the information together. And what's tricky is we don't really know if we're in our presence, in our heart. We can think we are, and there's a lot of people that speak it, and it sounds really great. But when we drop in, it can really be felt because it's like this expansive openness, and all of a sudden you start to notice things all around you that really never noticed before. And I'm going to use a lot of yous and we's, so I know not everyone likes that, and just kind of breathe through that if you don't mind. But that's what they were showing me. They were showing me that their heart is what kept them from destroying themselves in the universe, in a sense, is that realizing, even like today on this call, I showed up at like 7 a.m. here when it was supposed to be 8 a.m. here in Hawaii. And I'm like, what's going on? Where's Kevin? This is weird. And there's part of me that started getting a little angry. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, if I'm getting angry, there's something I don't understand. So I always like shut my mouth and try to listen and let go. And then I looked around, I checked, I was like, oh man, it's supposed to be 8. And so like, that's a good example of like, I had this idea, this thought in my head of what a thing was supposed to be, and to get angry and then think about Kevin in an angry way would be sending energy to him. And so that's what's happened with dragon energy on this planet as well. It's different now because dragons are coming in, we're coming into unity, but there was beings and stuff, myself included, where we could work with dragon energy and we could use it to impose our will on others. In fact, I had a lifetime where I was like, it felt like ancient Japan, but it was like another timeline or something. And it was slightly after the Egypt time. So I still had a lot of that power. And I was using dragon energy to like basically live 1,000 years. And I was like a general, and I had nobody could really beat me. Nobody could kill me, but I had an agreement to die after a certain point. And then another person showed up, fulfilled that agreement. And as he was killing me, there was like this smile of knowing and acknowledgement. It was really beautiful. It was like this very spiritual experience. And because during that lifetime, I was kind of like a sociopath. I didn't really have feelings. I didn't feel fear. I didn't really understand emotions. And like it was kind of cool, but in our modern society, it's almost like people kind of worship that because a lot of us don't want to feel emotions. And so as people get positioned into power, but we're seeing what that does and how we're all like, wait a minute, this doesn't feel right, even though the words are right. Where's the heart? Where's the soul? And that's what I realized in that lifetime is I had a daughter that whenever I was around her, she had this light to her. And maybe it was a difficult life for her, I don't know. But whenever I was around her, I felt this light, and I felt not really love because I couldn't really feel it, at least in this one lifetime. I had other lifetimes where, of course, I could. But it was like, she was like, from a sociopath standpoint, it was like, oh, she's mine. She's an extension of me. Therefore, I care about her and she's beautiful and all these things. But when I was around her, I could see more. Everything else felt kind of like dark and like in a void. But around her, I felt something. And when I was dying, it was like, I want to feel more of that. And then all these other lifetimes up into this one where I feel everything. It's super sensitive to stuff. And as a man, that's been challenging, but it's really like our power. So if anyone else is like that with this sensitivity, it's really a truly a gift. And there's ways to like work with it and breathe and release and allow like this energy to flow through. And that's basically what a healer is and a shaman and everything else. And with that energy, that void energy is how I see it, is we're all in a void space. And it gets filled with, our consciousness, with thoughts that we hold and entertain, especially if they're divine thoughts like what we see in nature. That makes our reality at a higher vibratory rate. So we can always connect with nature and experience a higher level of consciousness, because it's usually somewhat in balance. And so that's the blessing of nature, to go into nature and breathe into our hearts and be like, oh wow, okay, I'm starting to remember. Whereas I go to the city sometimes and there's really no like trees or anything, and it gets kind of like caught up in this time and this needing to do things and everything else. But my point is there's a creational energy field that, working with the dragons in the old days, where it was like a void space, and when you could fill that void space with your will, in a sense. And so this is what I feel to bring forward, because for whatever reason, I think it's important to acknowledge what we're coming out of. And then what's coming in now is like this Christ Sophia, balanced masculine and feminine energy. And the dragons are great protectors, and they protect what is most precious. And so for me, when I was younger, I had a hard time with all my sensitivity and my seeing things in the middle of the night, knowing things that everyone's like, what are you talking about? That's not the way it is. But I was like, yeah, it could be that way. That's the way it is. And I thought I was crazy. So I would drink and I would do other things to try to like numb myself out. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, I can interact with people and I could be the life of the party and I'm enjoying my life more. But as we all know, that when we try to fill a spiritual hole with substances or external things, it kind of spins out of control and get into this dark night of the soul, which happened for me right around my Saturn return. And this really woke me up to the energies I was dancing with and what I was bringing in, because I was getting into like a suicidal space. And when that happens, these demons and things show up. And that's not bad. It's actually good, because they're like the wake up call. Like, there's something more to this reality than you realize. Like, I realize, oh, if this stuff's real, then God's got to be real, and the universe and the positive and the angels is all real too. And it's like, I'm choosing this because of what I'm believing and thinking is true in my head, when it's really just things being offered. And so that led me down a course of all kinds of study, trying to shed those old skins and embrace the truth of who we are. But at that time, I got a giant dragon tattooed on my back, because I felt I needed protection. And I've always resonated with dragons, but not super as much as I do now. Same with like aliens and stuff. I didn't really care, but I knew ghosts and spirits and all these things were real. And so I got this giant dragon tattooed on my back. And then I started to feel better. And it was almost like me calling to them, like, hey, I need some help down here. And now, as this dragon energy comes onto the planet, I'm seeing this is going to help liberate the children, not only external children, but also our internal children. And what I mean by that is like to be free, to be like a child in the world. And a lot of us don't feel like we can do that, because if we do, there's always someone to like try to knock us down or tell us we're not supposed to do that, or we're crazy, or how are you going to make money? That's what you're going to do for a living. But there's kids now that are like on YouTube making millions of dollars playing video games. And everyone's like, what are you going to do? Play video games the rest of your life? And so there's people that are like doctors and lawyers, and they're not making hardly any money. And, it's still a lot of money, but like there's kids playing video games and they're in their joy and their bliss. And so that's what I see with the new earth and with the dragons coming forth, is this ability to be free, to be like what, many of the avatars said, where we could be like a child in the world, to be curious and not think we know a thing, but actually just be with the thing, and then a new reality manifests. So that's a lot. I don't really check out the comments. I get all in a flow. And the white lioness energy, I love that. Yeah, I love the white lions. There's only one area of Africa where they're born, and there was a lot of white animals at one point. And rumor has it that there was a ship that had landed there, and after that, all the animals were born white. And that was, I think it was, what was it? Mystery of the Great White Lions or something like that. But yeah. So yeah, again, there was the misunderstanding with the dragons. That was the biggest thing they conveyed to me, was how they're not reptiles, they have heart. And reptiles have heart too, but it's like they really embrace the heart as the most important thing. And that's what allowed them to get along with each other and wield this tremendous power. And there's certain ones that aren't totally on board with that, just like humans, but ultimately it's a very small number. And also they were showing me that we can call on them, and they set up a field of energy where it's like the line that's not to be crossed. And it's kind of like Samoan people. Samoan people are very beautiful, gentle, loving people. But if you cross that line, oh it's bad. So it's like dragons are like that too. It's like there's a line that should not be crossed, and that's what the dragons do, and that's what the Earth's about. Is that they come back. Is there's certain things that won't be tolerated here anymore, or they'll be like utter destruction. And they're like highly respected throughout the galaxies, throughout the universe, is what my take on it. Yeah, that's a lot of what I wanted to convey and share. I'm used to more of a back and forth kind of dialogue, but that's the essence of it. And we could get into a guided meditation if you guys are feeling that, or we could do some Q&A. So I just show of hands. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah. So I do. So I just realized you're from Hawaii. Do you know my friend Lisa Thompson?
Yeah, Lisa's great.
Right.
Yeah,
so if you don't, you should, because she's the Galactic guru.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yes.
We were on a TV show recently that should be airing soon. I was one of the guests for the filming of that.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Because I thought you would, because she does all the Galactic stuff. So.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah, she does. So those that don't know, Lisa Thompson, she does UFO tours here, and she uses military grade night vision goggles. And you'd be amazed at what you see in the sky with those things. I mean, there's stuff, floating across like that, but there's other ones that are zigzagging, and at some point as they're going across, they'll flash and then disappear. It's pretty cool. I think it was Mysteries Decoded TV show came and did a filming, and so that should be coming out at some point. And I think it kind of shocked them, like, oh, wait a minute, there might be something to this.
Yeah, she was actually. I did she came and actually was my guest. I do a dragon hour, and she was my first guest, talking about her experience with dragons, but galactics as well.
Yeah, awesome.
Looks like a meditation will be a good thing, and then maybe after the meditation, people's brains will be ready to ask you lots of questions.
Okay, cool. That'd be awesome. All right, so the invitation is to go on this journey. I'm not sure where exactly it's going to go. I'm just going to calm my energy down, tune in, allow the dragons to come forth, and see where that goes. So just do what you feel comfortable with, and off we go. So I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, let go with use that ha breath. So in Hawaii, ha is breath. And that actual sound of ha gets the release all the way down to the belly, down into the feet, down into the earth. So you come here and you feel the people that live here, very grounded, rooted, connected to energy. Another breath, breathing into the belly, letting go with the next inhale, put a slight smile on your face, even if it feels fake or forced. Breathe in that smile, let that go. Another big, goofy smile. Give yourself permission to be happy, joyous. Let that go. Notice what that does as you breathe in that smile, where that's at in the body. Wiggling the toes a little. Just allowing everything to arrive. Slowing everything down. Notice the mind starts to go off. All these things to do, to pay attention to. Oh, I forgot this, that, but come back to your breath. Let go. All that'll still be there. Choosing the breath over the thoughts being offered. It's this simple turning away to the now moment. Just notice if there's any tension anywhere in the body, tightness. Use that breath to go right to that space. And use your hands. You can stretch, a little massage, or wherever you're feeling it. But as we slow down and come more and more present, so comes the awareness of what is in this moment, what our body's trying to tell us. Maybe some emotion comes up, like a child coming to visit. Just be with that emotion, with the breath, choosing to breathe with the emotion rather than think with it. For like a small child, the presence, the hug, the calm, soothing breath is the most powerful tool of connection and love. So with that smile, with that inhale, focus on the heart, breathing in. Let that go all the way down to the toes. Another big inhale into the heart, expanding that energy out to the arms, the hands, lighting up those hands, those powerful hands, these wise, great healers here. Feeling that heart-hand connection, all that you create, all that you do, all that you manifest. Smiling, that heart breath moves down the belly, down into the hips, down to the legs, filling the feet, and breathing it all the way back up. Shooting out the crown like a fountain flowing all around you, creating a capsule, a bubble, a beacon, a light for your dragon families to come be with you here now, even more powerfully, with even more awareness. They're already here. I feel them rejoice as you slow down, as you take this time to connect with them, to listen. As you do, move your energy up to your third eye. Do that by looking, trying to see with your eyes closed. And move slightly into the center. Just notice what's being offered, just like the thoughts. Just notice any visions that come forth. And don't hold on, come back to the breath. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Or in that smile. So in this moment, call forth the dragons, the galactic dragons. Step forward and assist us. The highest level and frequency of healing available in this now moment. The downloads, the messages, the wisdom, the light code activations. For each individual that can be integrated with grace and ease. Releasing the mind cap, releasing the thoughts, releasing the judgments, coming into the heart, letting go of the past, the future, the need to figure out. All these things are the mind, which makes this journey possible here on this planet. You are closer to the breath than any of these thoughts, visions, ideas, concepts, or judgments. Choose the breath and release that fire. Breathing in, feeling the water from deep beneath your feet, from deep in the earth. Calling in the water to soothe the fire, to soothe, to release, to let go. I invite you to connect with yourself, that part that's stepping forward with the emotion. As you connect with your heart, feel what's there. Feel that emotion that's been trying to get your attention. As you breathe with that emotion, invite in the dragons to sit beside that part of you. Perhaps you were young, perhaps older, an adolescent. Feel that dragon presence. Don't go into the story. Let go of the judgments. Just witness that part of you. But feel that dragon presence beside you with whatever was going on, whatever was happening, or whatever is even happening now. Feel their presence. And a deep breath in. Let go with the releasing whatever you feel coming up, whatever energy. Feeling their strong guiding presence to hold space for whatever is here, to be integrated, to be loved in the presence with each breath. And the ability to let go with the each breath calling back your power, this emotion. Remembering that smile to help shift the energy. And the tools and techniques and all the things we have at our disposal. And the most powerful, in my opinion, is the breath. Breathe into the belly, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Let go with the relaxing that belly, allowing all the energy to flow. You release and let go what was taken on that was not ours. Release and let go all that is not true with our true essence, our heart, our being. Smiling, bringing that inhale into the heart. Draw the energy from the heart into the hands, drawing the energy of the earth, drawing the energy through our crown from the cosmos, creating a ball of energy in the hands, left under the right, creating this ball of energy like the pearl, the orb that's seen so often with the dragon. Honoring this pearl of wisdom, power, of healing, of love. We'll take that energy and place it somewhere on the body. You could use a little extra love and attention. Breathe that energy in. Let go with the once again, left hand to the right. Breathe in this energy of the heart, from the earth, from the cosmos. Creating another pearl of love, beauty, wisdom, protection. And the invitation is to send it out to a child. You could use this love, protection, strength, this tremendous galactic power of the dragons to watch over them, to love them. And this may be an adult to love, look after their child self so they can feel safe, enjoy their life, to remember They were loved and they were all powerful like these dragons. To reawaken the heart, seeing that energy extend out to all around them so that they may see a different way, a different path, that they too will feel their hearts and in a moment can change and shift their decisions and choices. And I invite you to bow and thank the dragons, not in worship, but in acknowledgement of the greatness, the protection, the strength, and the power that they represent, granting us the freedom to be the loving presence, to be the light, to be the love in the world, to let go of the past and any ideas of the future, and just simply love and be. So when you're ready, I invite you to slowly open your eyes and just kind of look around your room, wherever you find yourself. Just notice what you see. Don't dwell any too long in any one area. Just notice and then move on to the next thing. Just reorientating yourself to your surroundings, your environment. And then I invite you to take 2 fingers and place it on your heart, to breathe into that space, feeling your physical heart. Say your name as you exhale. A deep inhale, exhaling with your name, and saying it out loud. One more time, coming back fully present here now in this moment as the identity with this name that was given to you in this lifetime. Knowing you are also so much more. So welcome back. And I want to just check in how everyone's doing after that. If there's anyone that felt something come up and they need a little more help shifting that, please raise your hand and we can work as a group to assist. Because no one's alone here and no one's a victim. So we've experienced that for sure. We're coming out of that. We're coming into the remembering to the power and the strength that we are. And we here all gathered can assist. So please do not be shy. Do not hold back in what is needed in this moment. So I'd invite everybody, if you feel it, to raise your hands up and send, if you really felt the love and the power and the strength and the protection of the dragons, to send that energy to everyone in this room. For perhaps there's someone that needs it and isn't really able to speak it right now. And so let the intention be that we send this loving energy to them to be accepted at the right level and frequency that's appropriate for them, not forcing anything, but just letting them know they're loved and cared for and supported. They can reach out to any one of us and ask for assistance. We are here, we remember, we choose the love. Thank you all. That was a little deeper than I expected, and I know that topic can bring up some things, but for me, that's what the dragons represent, is this old way of treating people as over. And we are the way showers of that we are creating the new earth. And I'm grateful for Kevin for doing this, bringing this together and bringing this forth, because the dragons, they just kept telling me they felt so misunderstood. Like all the stories and the legends, even here in Hawaii, where they're talking about killing the mo'o, and the mo'o was bad, which is like dragon or lizard. And like we had to slay the dragon to get what we want. And really the only reason that would happen is if somebody wanted to steal what the dragon was protecting. Or if we had done our inner work, if we had chose love, and if we can approach people with at least neutrality, but especially love, we would walk right by the dragon and that thing would be given. And so that's what the dragons represent to me. Is it's the test of, are you truly in your heart, even when you're scared, even when you feel like something's happening that's evil or negative? Can you still be in your heart? Can you at least be neutral? And then something is presented. Because I also work with the Natiru, which are the Egyptian gods and goddesses, but really they're more like our star brothers and sisters, also cosmic energy. And they meet me where I'm at. And when they came to me in this lifetime, they tested me and they tried to scare me to see how I would react. And so the more I chose love and was neutral with them, they would shapeshift into their true higher essence, because that energy has been used to manipulate people. And that time is over as well. And we're going to start seeing that more and more, that it's going to be less of this ability to utilize energies, cosmic divine energies, for negative purposes or self-gain, because we're coming into unity and oneness. And so I really know that to be true. And I hope everyone else at least embraces that reality, because if we watch the news or anything else, it seems opposite. But that's the ascension we're experiencing, where everything's coming up and out to be released, to be felt. And that feeling is our power coming back. For like all the other galactic races, they all tried to suppress their emotion. They all tried to like remove the ability to feel. And the Zeta in particular were so effective, they almost like died. They couldn't procreate anymore. And so that's what's being asked. Embrace the emotion as your power coming back. Because when we do, and we're about to accomplish something or get in that relationship we've always wanted, it won't be sabotaged. Because if we're working with the emotion, we don't need external things to make us feel that emotion to work with it. We've already done it. We'll still feel it. But then we have the ability to be like, oh, yeah, I got you, honey. It's cool. We're going to breathe and we're going to pay attention to what's happening in this moment. And it can be different from the last relationship. And so that's the large message in all this, is emotions are okay. And it's like a child coming home, and the opportunity to love that child and not push them away or try to talk them to death is just to love and breathe. And that ha breath, so important. Like, I'm blessed to be here in Hawaii, because Hawaii taught me how to be in my heart and how to live aloha. And it's really crucial. And the breath, whenever I tell somebody that, is Hawaiian, that I teach people how to breathe for a living, they're like, oh my God, thank you so much. And because they understand the importance of breath, just like a lot of people do. So if we're not breathing, we're not present. And it's like deep, relaxing breaths. So I'd love to take some more questions if there's any questions, comments. See some in the chat. Don't know who needs to hear this, but we're all connected, although separated by miles. We are together, not alone. Thank you, Debbie. Sorry, I might mispronounce your name. Pernisha. Thank you so much. What surprised me is the smiling thing in the beginning. I enjoyed it so much. I haven't smiled just to smile, and it actually made me giggle a bit, and I needed that. Sorry, it's hard for me to read after that a little bit. It's like being on mushrooms or something. Lawrence, what is the name of the dragon, please? I'm not sure what you mean. If you could comment again, or if you want to come on, that'd be great. And Mo'o is, yeah, like means like lizard or dragon in Hawaiian. So you say the dragons are protecting the sacred. Yeah, absolutely, Carol. Yeah, it's the way that things have been reversed. Actually, yeah, we are right. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I felt pure joy. I heard so much laughter. It was making me laugh so much. I heard I needed to play more. Yes, absolutely. The play Rachel, that's so true. That's our job now, is to have fun and enjoy life and not worry and stress so much about things. And Tina said, thank you. I was relaxing and releasing. Lawrence, yeah, it seems I was called to talk into that dragon. Awesome. Okay, sweet. Thanks for doing that. So any other questions or comments?
Can you hear? Can I do a vocal rather than? I don't have access to the chat.
Yeah, please. I'd prefer that. My spiral mind is all over the place trying to read. So.
Yeah, I had a really great trip. That was a really great journey, and deep emotions, and then surface. I love the process, Jason. It was just beautiful and somewhat unexpected. And thank you, thank you, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you for being here.
And your example of the time, and thinking that it started at 7 and going through, I could so relate to that. This morning I had a similar, I completely forgot about it. And then I looked at the clock, I go, oh, it's starting in 10 minutes. Joan, remember, you're going dragon shifting this morning.
Yeah, totally.
I'll hop in there for a minute. Jason, thank you so much for coming and joining us today and giving us such a great presentation and meditation. I knew I was going to be here for a reason. We're all here for a reason, in unity consciousness and unity love. When you talked about his daughter, my heart just wrenched, and it must have been a soul fractal of my past experience, because that immediately resonated with me. So thank you for sharing that past life memory and helping me remember my own. I appreciate it.
Yeah, a lot of us are on that journey where it's like we're surrounded by crazy people. And it's like, what is wrong with me? And sometimes we took on this mission to be the light and the love, to show a way for others to choose it. And they may not do it till the end of their life. But I think now it's more and more possible for them to choose it sooner. So it's really exciting time. That's why there's so many of us here on the planet right now. It's a great time, and I feel like there's all these other spaceships and stuff watching. Like, what are the humans going to do? What are they going to choose? It's it's so exciting. And so there's some people that are trying to leave and ascend. I'm like, I think if you did that, you'd leave, and at a party you'd be like, where is everyone? And they're like, oh, they're all on Earth doing their thing, showing the way. And like, we get basically, how do we want to play in the world? And as we do that, it helps others, and it helps influence the world away from like the robot world, because there's a robot world that's available too, apparently, which is kind of cool. I like technology and stuff, but I prefer nature. And here in Hawaii, I went to Volcano National Park, and I was surprised to connect with a dragon there. There's an actual dragon there, a green dragon. And I asked him, I was like, what do you want? Can I honor you in some way? And he's like, yeah, come play your didgeridoo. And so I came up another time and played my didgeridoo and lit a candle and did like a little ceremony and stuff. And then I went up another time, and there's like this cool cave in that same area. And I was playing like pan. And afterwards I took some video for like the Instagram and all that stuff. And I got the clouds, and it was like the dragon head in the cloud. Is pretty crazy. Let's see if I can share it. Oh, can you make it so I could share, Kevin? I was going to share a picture. And some people are like, it doesn't look like a dragon, but it does. And another thing I wanted to share is my niece. Cool, thanks. Is my niece. She's 5, and she's gone through a lot. It's been challenging for her with her parents separating and everything. And she's always talking about dragons, and she loves dragons. And she went to school, kindergarten, and she came home and was like, they were telling me there's no dragons, they're not real. And she was all upset. And I'm like, they're real. You just can't necessarily touch them. They're like energy. They're like the clouds, And so like now she tells people she's still into dragons. She's like, oh, and Uncle Jason believes in dragons too. Because it was like, it keeps that magic alive for the kids, like they know, they feel it, they sense it. And then the adults come in and be like, oh, there's no such thing as dragons. I've never seen a lion either, but I'm pretty sure they exist. But it's like, that felt good to like embrace my weirdo and live that in the world and not be afraid of what others are going to say or think. And it helps her, and I got to present it in a way that she can be balanced with it. And I think that's the big part too, is finding balance with all this cosmic knowledge we're bringing to the planet. Like, how do I integrate this in a way that I can still live and pay the bills kind of thing? But more and more it's getting to be like, what's my passion? What's my joy? And the other stuff comes, and it's not always what's preferred in my experience, but it's everything I need. So I'll share that picture. So that's you can kind of see the head right there, like the horns, the nose, and then like the eyes, and then like some of the body. And that's how I experience dragons, is kind of like this floaty energy that has like a long swoosh behind it, kind of like in China and other buildings where there's like this wavy energy and then the head. And so when working with dragon and energy and stuff in other lifetimes, in this lifetime, I experienced them a lot like that. And there's another one too. Oh, this is the cave. I'll show you guys that. This is where I was playing the rap drum, and there's this cool like cave. It's all from lava flow. Cool. Yeah, embrace my weirdo for sure. So, I heard I have to go, but I don't know how to understand it. It's not the first time. I'm not sure what you mean. Can you elaborate on that? Do you mean you have to leave the group, or you're like, you heard that message today? Do I have my tattoo picture? I don't know if I have it. Picture I could find right away. So my grandson has been interested in dragons for most of his 10 years. It is lovely to chat with him about dragons, and his imagination runs wild. Yeah, nice. Thank you for the great pictures. My first experience was with sky dragons. I see a lot of them now. Nice. Yeah. That's how I try to explain to my nieces, like, oh, they're in the sky. Or it's like that kind of energy. I'll see if I can find a picture of my tattoo. I could just show you my back right now, I guess. That'd be a first on Zoom for me. Let's see. If anybody wants to come on and ask a question while I'm digging around, that'd be awesome.
Aloha. Don't you have a dragon on your arm too?
Oh, that's a lion. Yeah, I got like a rampant
Oh.
lion. So I had a lifetime where I was a hybrid, which is weird. I go to like past life regression and like a true star seed. I'm expecting to see like other like Earth lifetimes, but it was like around Atlantean times where I was like a hybrid of like a lion or tiger, goat, and human. It's just like, what the hell is this? I look at my feet and I got hooves. I'm like, okay. So like, yeah, it's interesting for us. I'm sure a lot of people can relate when we go to something that people already think is weird, and then it's like takes it up a whole nother notch. I think I've found the right area. Shoot, I should have looked for that sooner. Sorry, guys. That's not it.
this experience has been really great. I just want to thank you, Jason, for all that you did and all that you do. And thank you, everyone, for being here. It's really been a pleasure. I've been looking forward to this as soon as I signed up. I'm like, oh, I get to start my Sunday off with dragons. I'm like, so looking forward to it. I was actually here at 7 o'clock too. So I'm like, where is everybody? And I'm like, oh, let me see the time zone thing, and figured it out that I had another hour. So yeah, it would have been just us.
I know. I totally was posting everywhere that it's at 7 Hawaii time.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
That's all good. Worth the wait.
Man, I totally can't find this. This is crazy.
Not to worry if you
wait.
can't. You can always post it another time. Or do you want
Yeah, I might
do you
have
want more
to,
time?
because
You got time.
almost.
Oh, Jason, just put on the didgeridoo music and start taking your clothes off. Show some skin, bare your soul. Come on, weirdo, you can do this. You can do it. It's almost pow. Okay.
All right, I'll just show you on live. I guess that's what's being. All right. Like I said, embracing my weirdo. I don't know if we can get the whole thing in the shot, but try. Okay. So I don't know if you can see that, if it's lined up properly or not.
Wow.
Were you guys able to see that at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Beautiful.
cool.
Our first strip tease as well. Woo!
Yeah, man. I could have made it more exciting, but you know, it was enough to just do that.
Tribal.
Oh, and then my other one is like a rampant lion. And that was like to remind me that I may be an animal, but I don't have to act like one. So thank you all so much. This has been really fun and exciting, and like a growth edge for me to do this kind of event. And I thank Kevin for this and what he's offering to everyone, for us all to like use our voice and to share our experiences and step into our freedom. You know, there's like fear with it, but like I invite others, like if you have something to share, please, you know, connect with Kevin. He's awesome. And it's a great community. I felt a lot of love and support here. So I would love for you guys, I'd love to hear your guys' stories too. So thank you all. Aloha.
Jason, thank you very much. That was beautiful. You took us many different places, and that meditation was gorgeous. And while you're doing that, I've got 3 main dragons that they'd never done that before. They came in and they circled me and they all cuddled me at once. It was beautiful. I just felt really, really, really held. So that was it just brought them closer. So yeah, thank you for that. And that breathing,
my pleasure.
That was very powerful, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh man.
I like a bit of Wim Hof, but the breathing out like that was gorgeous.
Yeah,
Thank you for
Wim
sharing.
Hof's awesome.
Thank you for the striptease.
Yeah. Then the next one I'll do it with some music.
Sounds good. We'll keep a promise on that. I think we'll probably get 1,000 people on then. Blow the internet up.
Thanks
I
again.
guess, what's your website? What do you offer? What do you do?
So I
other
do
than-
breath and energy ceremonies.
Yeah.
So I created a modality called Galactic breathing, where it's breath work, guided meditation, energy work, and channeled messages. And it's 3 rounds. Each round's 10 minutes long, and it teaches like nervous system regulation and integration of emotion, like what we did today. And so I also do tarot readings, energy signature readings, and Sekhem healings. And you can find all that at jasondonaldsonhealer.com.
I just
And I
put it
have
in
a
the
free
chat.
tool on there as well. What's that?
I've just put it in the chat and your Facebook and your Instagram.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's there.
Thanks.
Yep, posted it.
Yeah, I have the 5-minute energy shift too. That is a free mini course that'll help with after you feel the emotion to help get you out. Because sometimes it's like, all right, I'm done feeling this. How do I shift out of this? And so it's a tool to help with that. Sorry, what did you say, Carol?
Oh, I was going to say, I remember when you used to do like guided meditation with like just intuitive journeys. It was so beautiful. I used to love that. But
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
happens.
those are fun. Like, as anyone knows that channels here, it's like, oh my God, where's this going? Okay, I'm just gonna keep talking. And it gets to be fun. It's like this flow connection.
Maybe next time we'll get you to do that then. Striptease first and then the channel.
All right, yeah, let's do it. We'll set it up.
Let's do it. And as you said, as you rightly said, this forum is for everyone. So if you want to come on, you don't have to have some flash background, or you don't need to have loads of letters after your name. If you want to come on and share that your experience with dragons, and if it's 2 minutes or 5 minutes or half an hour, or if you need an hour and a half, let me know. This is the forum for it. The dragons have been with me a while, and they just came to me and said, right, we want you to do these things, create a summit, create the dragon talks, do this. And so I'm just here holding the space. I'm no expert, but you all have some expertise, even if it's a small snippet of information. You just don't know how that's going to change someone else's life. Just come and share, please do. And it's, I say, you don't have to think you got to speak for hours. If maybe one time I'll just do that, say it's open house and we'll all just turn up without any speakers arranged. Maybe I should do that. I think we've got some time in April or May, and then you start thinking about it. Get your brave pants on. Ask your dragons to come in and say, I want to speak. Just give me the strength to speak for 2 minutes. And it'll just open that door. I mean, we've all been there. I've been there. Like, I can't talk about dragons. Everyone's just going to think I'm an idiot. And then you say it, and a few people look at you with a funny look, and then you start meeting you gorgeous people that are talking and loving dragons, and then it gives you confidence to talk about it more. And then before you know it, you're doing these sort of things. And so yeah, please step up. Don't feel like this is just for those that have made it. We're all on a journey, and some of you are going to come along and start speaking, and then in 10 years' time, we'll be looking at you like you're a Tony Robbins or something. That's how it starts. We all start somewhere. So feel free to use that voice, whatever it is. This is a community that, like Jason says, there's this pure love. It's just attracting people that have pure love in their heart, and everyone's going to be cheering you on. So, come and be weird. Jason, thank you very, very much. That was beautiful.
My pleasure. It was an honor and a privilege and all that stuff. That's great.
Thank you.